Welcome, Annie Collins here for Pajama Crafters. Today we're going to create this card featuring products from Pajama Crafters stamps. We're going to be using the Ladybug gift card holder die set. All right, so this die set consists of the gift card holder, which is the largest set here, the layering high, the layering ladybug, and the layering floral. We're also going to be using the spring plaid 6x6 paper pad. So let's go over this paper because it's just new to me. All right, so this you have 4 of each design, and these papers are double-sided. So we have this one here, side A, this side B, which reads masculine to me. This is side A, really cute, very Easter. Side B, which reads Christmas to me, which I like a lot. And this is side A, very springy. Flip it over, side B. Also reads very masculine to me, which I like a lot. That one right there. All right, side A. Side A, I'm going to be honest, reminds me of a pair of shorts my eldest daughter had. And side B, which is super pretty, it kind of reads like baby shower to me. All right, here's side A. Going to flip it over, and here's side B. I like this one, very subtle, very soft. And the last here, this is side A. I'll flip it over. And side B, well, hold on a second. This is the backing. And here's side B. Side B of this one has the same colors as side A. We're going to be using side A today. So this is really nice. I like this a lot. All right, so I'll gather this paper, put it into its packaging, and we'll continue with our card. Set this aside. I like this paper pad, really nice. I'm thinking that you will like it as well. All right, so I went ahead and cut out all the components to our card. Here's the pattern paper I will be using today. I went ahead and die cut it using a die from my stash so that we have it. You don't have to die cut it if you don't want to. Here's our sentiment, which is high. I cut out of glitter cardstock, and the layering part I did out of white cardstock. This die set is perfect for all those little scraps of paper you may have. This is perfect for this because you have a nice variety of layering things, so it's great. All right, so here's our sentiment. The next biggest die in this set, besides the gift card holder, is this floral. It's a nice big size, and I die cut that from yellow, which I cardstock, and then the glitter cardstock for its center. All the colors I used today, I pulled from the pattern paper. So you have the yellows, a little bit of orangey, and then of course our ladybug, which are red and black. And then I'm going to pull in some gems from my stash that coordinated nicely with our sentiment. I'm going to bring in some ink just to use on our floral, just to give it a little more texture. All right, so here are all my scraps. See all those little scrap pieces? That's what this is perfect for. All right, so now let's get started building our card. I'm going to start by adhering our pattern paper to our card base. I'm using an A2 card base, which is 110 pounds, out of plain white cardstock. All right, I'm going to use some liquid adhesive to adhere our pattern paper. This way I can make any adjustments if needed. If I have to center it in any way, I can. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going. Today I'm building straightforward onto our card base. Normally I like to do a layer and then another layer, layer everything up. All right, so I'll get this centered. Once that's all set, I'm going to go ahead and adhere that. Now we'll set that to the side and we'll work on all the components of our card. So we're going to start with our big floral here. I'm going to go ahead and ink up my petals just to add a little more texture to our flower. So it's not just plain cardstock here. This is an easy way for you to add a little more dimension and texture to your components without having to keep adding pieces to it. I'm just going to go all the way around, bending it a little bit, not too much. It's not going to matter because I'll show you how I'm going to curl this, and any creases that we might have made will blend away. So I'm almost done. This is a really big floral, and it's super pretty, easy to use on your card, whether it's A2 or larger. So I'm almost done. Again, this part is optional. You do not have to ink your floral if you do not. I'm also going to go ahead and put a little bit on our center because I cut this from glitter cardstock, but this glitter cardstock has a white backing and it's showing through, and I'm not fond of that little white edge showing through. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. We're going to curl our floral petals. So I'm going to use my bone folder because I can't find the little stylus thing I have for florals. I don't know where I put it, but you can use your bone folder, a pencil, a pen, anything that will help you curl your petals. Just do it just under and run it between your finger and that, and it just creates that nice curvature to your petals. All right. So now I'm going to put a little liquid adhesive in our center and adhere our glitter center to our floral. There it goes. Placing it, pressing it in place. Give it a minute to catch right there. And now our flower is complete. We can set that aside and work on the rest of our components. We're going to start with our ladybug. The ladybug, like I said, these are all layering. So this is her body. Then you have her wings, her head. So here are her wings. So I cut my body out of black cardstock, her wings out of red, her little head out of red. But I also cut the layering part of her head out of white cardstock, so you could see her little eyes and mouth. I'm going to bring in this piece of white cardstock, just so you can see all the components better, because everything's blending to my black mat. So here's her little face. So like I said, everything is layering. So I went ahead and cut this out of white so that you can see her little face. If I cut it out of black, it all blends in. You don't see anything. And if you don't put anything behind it, then the plaid paper shows through. And then she has plaid eyes. It just would look weird. So I cut that out of white so I can layer our little head on top. So you can see her little cute eyes and mouth. She's got such a cute little smile right there. All right, now after everything's cut and I'm putting this together, I should have cut her little head and body out of black glitter cardstock. That would have been pretty because it would have shined right through. But it's too late now, but it's a good tip for you if you would prefer to get that little shine on her. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere her wings. The wings are easy to place. You follow the curvature of the body. So it has like the little neck area and then the little bottom curve. Just slide it right into place just like this. And then press it in and you're good to go. I'm wiping off any excess glue I might have because I'm using liquid adhesive and a little bit see-through. And then for your top other wing, you do the same thing. You follow the curvature that's there, leaving a slight gap between the wings so that you could see that's where the divided portion of the wings are. All right, so I'm going to place that in there, press that in place. If I could get it to not wiggle on me. Once we have that, we can set it aside to dry while we work on our sentiment. So then you would nestle your little head like this when you're gluing it onto your project. And there's a little butterfly, ladybug. I don't know, I have butterflies on the brain today. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do our sentiment. So for the backing, I have the white cardstock. And for our sentiment itself, I cut this out of teal glitter cardstock. I'm going to use, again, some liquid adhesive to adhere these two layers together. Now, you can cut your backing several times and then stack it. That way you can have more dimension. I'll be using some foam adhesive to create more dimension on my project. But if you don't want to use foam adhesive, but you want dimension, just cut the backing just the shadow part several times and stack it, glue them and stack them. It gives you more of that chipboard feel. All right, so now all our components are finished at being placed or adhered together. Now we can put them on our card. I'm going to bring in some foam adhesive for certain things. We're going to start by gluing our floral towards the bottom left corner here. I want to put it right here, and then I'll put the other components to the upper right corner, creating balance on my card. I want to make sure this is in the corner, but not sticking out past the card edges. Yes, you can put them past there and cut them off, but I don't want that. I want the nice big floral on my card completely. So I'm going to press this, hold this for a second for it to catch. And then we're going to go ahead and place our ladybug about here, more or less. So I'm going to put some foam adhesive behind her little head and her body, and then we'll attach them to our card. I'm sorry I'm slightly off screen. I didn't realize I was this far down. I'm going to go ahead and put my last one here, and then I'll remove the backing from the foam adhesive and start by placing her little body on my card. So I'm going to place it, like I said, to the right. I'm going to make sure her little booty end here sticks past the pattern paper. And then I'll place her head. I want her head to have a slight tilt. This is too much of a tilt, so I'm going to pick up the head here in a sec. There we go. And adjust it. I want her to have, like I said, just a little slight, but not too much. There we go. Place that there. Look at her cute little face. I love it. It's so adorable. So here's our sentiment. I'm going to put some foam adhesive behind that and place that just above our ladybug. So now we'll have balance to our card. So it's not too heavy on one end or the other. This floral is quite large, so it reads heavy even though it's not. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so now let me remove the backing off the back of my high so I can place this just above our ladybug. I love that all of these components are layering. They create more dimension and interest to all of our projects. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try to line this high or sentiment with the grid lines on my mat so I can get this straight, press it into place, and you can call your card done here. You have enough shimmer and shine between the two glitter cardstocks that are on here. But I like to add a little more, so I'm going to bring in some gems from my stash. They were the ones I had the closest to match the glitter that I use for the high. Now, these are ancient, I should say. They're old. They've had them in my stash for quite some time. Although they are supposed to be sticky back, I don't trust them to stay on. So I'm going to put a little liquid adhesive, almost in a triangle type design, so I can place my my gems on it, so I know they will stick to my card. So I'm going to just go ahead and put one close to my floral here, one above it, and one below my ladybug. That way it creates that triangle type design or movement, so your eye moves across. Your eye always catches anything shiny on your card, so it'll catch the high, those little gems, and then the glitter, and then the other gem again. So it'll create that triangle thing. So your eye moves across your card. So here's our card completed. I love this big floral. I can see this floral being used on a scrapbook page, several of them, and then a photo tucked behind it. Multiple use for your dies. All right, so here is our completed card. We use the following products from Pajama Crafter. Love this shimmer and shine of this. Okay, so we use the Ladybug gift card holder die set and the spring Plaid paper pad. So here's the paper pad and here's our die set. I'll have all of this linked in the description box below for you so that you can go ahead and pick up these items and create beautiful cards of your own. I would like to thank you for being here. I hope you found some inspiration. Again, everything will be linked in the description box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.